start streaming. Give the stream a few minutes to warm up. Stream health is poor. Why is that? Unsupported resolution. Well, that doesn't matter. That's never mattered. Okay, give it a few moments. Drink my Coke. Rooney Hishino's here. Way. All right. Hello, subscribers, patrons, family, fans, followers, supporters, and generally anybody who happens to stumble across my videos on YouTube. This is Johnston Blackhorse, and I welcome you to another Johnston Blackhorse Sketchbook tour. Yeah, it's been a pretty rough day. I just want to cover today, just briefly. Got some more rules and regulations handed down to me from my PO, and I just feel that they're just really overbearing, unconstitutional, and just, for the most part, punitive. And this is like punitive punishment beyond, like, you know, after the fact that I'm released from prison, and it's just ridiculous. Really overbearing, and to have me like pay an extra fee on top of that in order to have them monitor me, and if I refuse, they'll just take away my means of survival, my means of earning money. They'll take away my internet or my computer, and I don't know how I'll be able to survive afterwards. And I feel like that in itself is just pretty unconstitutional, like stating that how the internet has been deemed to be a basic human right. But anyway, you know, it's just my mind's been reeling this whole time. And yeah, I did call my PO earlier this afternoon just to let her know, and unfortunately it went to voicemail. and it sucks. I wanted to talk to her like on the phone because I suck at leaving messages, but I pretty much told her that I'm not going to give her the personal information of my roommate's girlfriend, because it's just, I just really do feel it's unwarranted. And I just told her, like, just look at the plain facts, is that she's not a permanent resident of this apartment. I had no idea that she was arriving today, but in all actuality, she's just going to be here until her and my roommate move out next month or the following month after. So I feel like the issue is moot, and just leave it to her own, just leave it to her to, like, just make that judgment call. I mean, are you gonna like just follow like all these rules and regulations to the T, even though you said that well, just like, even though she said that she feels like some of these things are overbearing, but she's just doing her job. But the thing is, like, if you feel like it's unjustified or superfluous, then at your discretion, don't enforce it, you know. Anyway, I did call her. I left her a message, like, letting her know that I didn't go to my counseling session today because of the bout of depression I was having and the slight emotional breakdown I had in my video earlier. And I told her that I'm not going to give her that personal information. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Maybe she'll truck on over here sometime tomorrow and just throw me back in prison for refusing just that. But we'll see. So anyway, here's a little sketchbook. One of my favorite little types of sketchbooks to just carry around with me. It's pocket size. Just stick it in my pants pocket or jacket pocket, like whichever pocket will fit in. And whenever I go to a bar or going out to dinner and just sitting around doing nothing, just take out the sketchbook and start doodling. And this is again, like, I'm trying to organize these in chronological order, just based on the quality of the sketches. and I believe these were again like mid 2000s to mid to late 2000s. So yeah, just go ahead and start showing these. What is he saying here? He's like, oh, he's this guy's got a like displeased with whatever's going on in his life. Excuse me, I burped there a little bit. Pardonnez-moi. This little doodle of a guy saying, "I suck." Yes, you do. Flowers. It's rare that I'll draw like a floral design, but there you go. Hey, look, it's me. Yeah, it's me again. Some pretty lady faces. Come over here. It's me saying, I can't draw with this stupid pinched nerve. Yeah, for a while, like, I had sustained an injury to my right elbow during some drunken mishap at a company get-together. Someone had, like, kicked open a door and I was right on the other side and it just slammed right into my elbow. And for months afterwards, like, my nerve in my right elbow kept getting pinched. So whenever I'd rest my elbow on a tabletop or desktop for too long, like, my my pinky, my ring finger would start tingling, and I just had a numb sensation in there for a while. So I couldn't draw with that pinched nerve. It was just too uncomfortable. Not only for my pinky and ring finger on this side, but my elbow would feel just it feels like it would feel like it was getting jabbed constantly. But nowadays it's not as bad. Like I guess the nerves had healed over well enough. What's going on here? There's a like a lady screaming, "Where's my lotion?" And that was based on a bartender. Like this sketch is based on one of my like a favorite bartender I used to have, because like she would always give me free drinks. And there is a doodle of my ex. So we're moving on. Oh shoot! There's another doodle of my ex. And I think this was like in the time before we were even dating. But yeah, that's a beardless me. I used to shave back then. And I think it was was it my ex? I don't know. Someone kept bugging me to shave. I don't think that was my ex though. Here's some cool brush pen sketches, and it was these were done with a micron brush pen, and they're pretty poor quality because the nib tends to fray when you use it a bunch. But when it starts to fray, I find that you get like these interesting textures, like a really like dry brush effect. So in that aspect, like even though it's a flaw in the brush pen design, like that flaw does give you like a pretty interesting texture or effect or style to it. So even though like though it's a flaw, like I did find it pretty interesting and artistic and just kind of fun to play with once that pen started getting all used up and frayed. Here are a pretty cool couple of sketches, not based on anyone, just doodles out of my own head. Man, I gotta get myself some more French grays. French grays were pretty cool to mess with. There's some more just face doodles. She's cute. She's serious but cute. She's cute too. Like I like her little wool knit beanie cap that I drew for her. And here's a little sketch of like MC Chris. And funny thing is that a long time ago I did like a rough animation of MC Chris, some of his skits, and I gotta dig those out and see if I can actually export them as movies and post them on my YouTube page. Charcoal art? You know what? It does kind of look like charcoal art in a way, but yeah, they're. I don't utilize charcoal nearly at all, you know. But this is like just a frayed brush pen. There's that cartoony skull, mysterious hooded figure, some more faces. There's a wolf. Don't look into his eyes. The wolf is gonna get you. Growl. Ow, ow, ow. Ruff. And here's a figure drawing. Very, very strong, feminine figure pose. Super heroine pose. Some more like face doodles. Nothing too elaborate. And oh shoot, these are like rough sketches of some of my comic strips I used to do back in the day. Ruin Hishino, I just saw that message. She says, in reference to this, like got like very strong, stern figure or whatever, and she says with insanely good childbearing hips. Yep. Right. Yeah, like on here is these are just rough sketches for the comic strip I used to do, and I used to do it daily back then. And nowadays, I feel like I just don't have the time. I'm too busy trying to be productive in order to like friggin' make some money. But with these comic strips, these were like a daily occurrence for me. I would just crank them out during lunch. Like I would scribble down like a concept for the day and just like draw it out sometime during lunch or during my work breaks. But it was like a daily autobiographical comic strip, and I would take like a detail out of my daily life and just make a comic strip revolve around it. Rooney Ishino says like Catholic saying sign her up, referring to this one again. There's a few sideways doodles. Pretty neat. Some strong male figure sketch, and here's like a looks kind of like a rough and tumble snot-nosed kid just being dorky. There's a muscular sketch, muscular doodle. Ruri Hishino says, all Catholic women must have hips as wide as a classic Cadillac. Oh shoot, I'm starting to lag. Hope it's not too bad. Ah man. Let me, or is it just on my end? Shoot. I'm just waiting for the stream to just, gosh, man. Okay. Are we back? Oh, frick, come on.